A sixth inning. Cobb is safe, clearly safe. His foot touches the plate before the ball arrives, but the umpire signals, "Out!" Cobb jumps to his feet. "What? How is that out? I was safe." The umpire walks toward him, face red, angry. "Do not argue with me, Cobb. My call is final." "But it is the wrong call. Everyone saw it. One more word and I eject you." Cobb, "But I—" Umpire, "You are ejected. Get out." Cobb cannot believe it. Ejected unfairly. The crowd is booing. His teammates are in shock. The umpire is smiling. He made a power move. He ejected Ty Cobb. Who can stand up to him? But as Cobb leaves, he does something. Nobody notices. He looks carefully. He notes everything. The witnesses' faces, the camera angles, the reporters' names. Because Cobb knows. This is not over. He lost on the field, but the battle will continue. In a different arena, within the rules, with evidence. And in the end, the umpire will learn. What is the price of treating Ty Cobb unfairly? Chicago, Illinois. Comiskey Park, June 8, 1922, Thursday afternoon. Detroit Tigers versus Chicago. White Sox. The home plate umpire is Billy Evans, 38 years old. 15 years in the American League. Respected, powerful, known for strict enforcement. In his career, Evans has ejected 47 players, more than any other umpire in the league. Before the game, Evans tells another umpire, "Cobb is playing today. If he argues even once, he is gone. I am making an example. Nobody is above the rules." The game begins. First 5 innings pass without incident. Cobb gets 2 hits, steals a base, normal game, no controversial calls, no arguments. But in the 6th inning, everything changes. Cobb is on third base. A 1 out, ground ball to shortstop. Cobb breaks for home, trying to score. The throw comes home. The catcher receives it, applies the tag. But Cobb slides under. His foot clearly touches home plate before the glove touches his leg. Everyone can see it. The entire stadium can see it. But Billy Evans signals, "Out." The crowd of 14,000 erupts, booing. Even White Sox fans are booing. Even they can see Cobb was safe. Cobb gets up from his slide, walks toward Evans, not aggressively, just approaching to discuss. "Mr. Evans, I was safe. My foot touched the plate before he tagged me." Evans does not want to hear it. "You were out. Get back to your dugout." "But everyone saw it. I was clearly safe." Evans steps closer, confrontational. "Are you arguing my call?" Cobb stays calm. "I am not arguing. I am explaining what happened." "My foot?" "That is arguing. You are questioning my judgment." "I am asking you to reconsider. Look at my uniform. The dirt on my leg is below the knee. The tag was on my thigh. I was already touching the plate when—" Evans cuts him off, loudly, for everyone to hear. "You are ejected from this game. Leave the field immediately." The stadium goes silent, shocked silence. Cobb stands there, cannot believe what just happened. "You are ejecting me? For what?" "For arguing balls and strikes." "That was not balls and strikes. That was a play at the plate. And I was not arguing. I was asking you to reconsider. You are still arguing. Now you get a second ejection. If you do not leave now, I will have you suspended." Cobb looks at Evans. Long look. Then at his teammates. Then at the crowd. He knows fighting more will make it worse. He turns. Walks toward the Tigers' dugout. But on the way, he does something careful, deliberate. He looks at every camera position around the stadium. Makes mental notes. 3 newspaper photographers. 2 newsreel cameramen. Multiple angles. He looks at the press box. Counts the reporters. Identifies the ones he knows. The ones who write fair articles. Then he looks at the stands. Several fans have cameras, amateur photographs, more evidence. Cobb reaches the dugout. His manager is furious. "That was the worst call I have ever seen. You were safe by 3 feet. Cobb nods. "I know, but arguing more will not help. Not here, not now." "What are you going to do?" Cobb looks back at Billy Evans. Something different, something he does not expect. After the game, Cobb does not go to the team hotel. He stays at the ballpark. Uhl waits in the corridor outside the umpire's room. When Billy Evans emerges, Cobb approaches, calmly. "Mr. Evans, can we speak?" Evans is surprised, defensive. "There is nothing to speak about. You were out. You argued. You were ejected." Case closed. I would like to request the official game report. What reason will you write for my ejection? Evans smiles, arrogant smile. I will write that you argued balls and strikes, showed disrespect to the umpire, used profane language. Cobb stays calm. But I did not argue balls and strikes. It was a play at the plate, and I did not use profane language. I was respectful the entire time. That is your word against mine, and my word is official. Goodbye, Cobb. Evans walks away, confident, untouchable. Cobb watches him go, then turns, walks to the press box, knocks on the door. A reporter answers. As Ty, what are you doing here? I need to speak with you and the other reporters who covered today's game. 20 minutes later, Cobb is sitting with 5 baseball reporters. Gentlemen, I need your help. What happened today was unjust. I was safe at home plate. Everyone saw it. But Evans called me out. When I politely asked him to reconsider, he ejected me. One reporter nods. We all saw it. You were clearly safe, and you did not argue aggressively. Evans overreacted. That is what I need, written statements from each of you, describing exactly what you saw, what happened, what I said, what Evans said. Can you do that? The reporters exchange looks. You are building a case against an umpire? I am seeking justice. Evans will file a report saying I argued balls and strikes and used profane language. Both are lies. I need evidence proving the truth. Another reporter. Ty, even with evidence, the league will side with the umpire. They always do. Maybe, but I have to try. Will you help me? The reporters agree. Each writes a detailed statement, describing the play, the call, the conversation, the ejection. All 5 statements say the same thing. Cobb was safe. Cobb was respectful. Evans was wrong and aggressive. Next, Cobb goes to the stadium photography office, finds the 3 newspaper photographers. Did any of you photograph the play at home plate? One photographer nods. I got it. Clear shot. Your foot is on the plate. Ball still in the air. You were safe. Can I purchase a copy? You can have it for free. That call was terrible. Cobb obtains 3 photographs from different angles, all showing the same thing. A Cobb's foot touching home plate before the tag. Clear, undeniable. Over the next 2 days, Cobb works systematically, contacts newsreel companies, obtains footage, interviews witnesses, fans near home plate, opposing players. Even White Sox players give statements. We thought he was safe. He documents everything, creates a detailed timeline. By Saturday morning, Cobb has assembled a complete case. 12 witness statements from reporters, 8 from players, 14 from fans, 3 professional photographs, 2 newsreel clips, all supporting the same facts. The call was wrong. Cobb was safe. Cobb was respectful. Evans lied in his official report. Cobb writes a formal letter to American League President Ban Johnson. The letter is professional, respectful, but firm. Dear Mr. Johnson, I am writing to file a formal complaint regarding my ejection from the game on June 8, 1922, by umpire Billy Evans. I was ejected for allegedly arguing balls and strikes and using profane language. Both allegations are false. I am enclosing comprehensive evidence proving 1. The play in question was not balls and strikes, but a close play at home plate. 2. I was safe on the play, as proven by multiple photographs and newsreel footage. 3. My conversation with Mr. Evans was respectful and brief. 4. I did not use any profane language. 5. Mr. Evans's official report contains false statements. I request a full investigation into this matter. I am not seeking revenge. I am seeking justice and accuracy in official league records. Respectfully, Ty Cobb. He includes all the evidence, photographs, statements, film, everything, and mails it to the league office, certified delivery. Then he waits. 3 days later, Ban Johnson responds, requests a meeting. Cobb travels to the league office in Chicago, sits across from Johnson. Between them on the desk, Cobb's evidence package. Johnson looks serious. Ty, I have reviewed everything you sent. This is extensive. It is the truth. Billy Evans has been an umpire for 15 years, highly respected. You are accusing him of filing a false report. I am not accusing. I am providing evidence. The photographs show I was safe. The witnesses confirm I was respectful. Evans wrote in his official report, that I argued balls and strikes and used profanity. Both are lies, documented lies. Johnson picks up one of the photographs, studies it. You were safe. This is clear. Yes. And these witness statements from reporters. Ye players, fans, all say the same thing. Yes. Johnson leans back, thinking. Do you understand what you are asking me to do? If I investigate this and find Evans lied, I have to discipline him, possibly fire him. That sets a precedent. Players challenging umpires. Cobb leans forward. Mr. Johnson, I am not challenging umpires. I am challenging lies. If Evans made a mistake on the call, I would accept it. Umpires are human. They make mistakes. But he did not just make a mistake. He ejected me unfairly. Then he lied in his official report. That is not a mistake. That is abuse of power. And if the league allows that, what message does it send? Johnson is silent for a long moment. I will investigate, thoroughly. But Ty, if this evidence is not as strong as you claim, it is stronger. Check every source. Interview every witness. You will find I am telling the truth. Johnson nods. Give me 2 weeks. The investigation begins. League officials interview Billy Evans. His story does not match the evidence. He claims Cobb argued balls and strikes, but the play was clearly at home plate. He claims Cobb used profanity, but 25 witnesses say Cobb did not. He claims Cobb was aggressive, but newsreel footage shows Cobb walking calmly toward him. Evans begins changing his story. Maybe I was mistaken about some details. Maybe it was not balls and strikes, but he still argued. Maybe he did not curse, but his tone was disrespectful. Each change weakens his credibility. League officials interview the other umpires who worked that game. They confirm Evans seemed eager to eject Cobb. That had mentioned before the game, he wanted to make an example. One umpire admits, Billy has been harder on Cobb than other players. I think it is personal. After 12 days of investigation, Ban Johnson calls Cobb back to his office. Ty, I have completed the investigation. You were right about everything. The call was wrong. You were safe. Your conduct was appropriate. Evans' official report contained multiple false statements. Cobb nods. What happens now? Johnson looks uncomfortable. Billy Evans has been suspended indefinitely. Pending a disciplinary hearing, he will likely be terminated. I did not want him fired. I wanted the truth. The truth is he abused his authority. He made a bad call, then compounded it by lying in official documents. He gave me no choice. The league cannot function if umpires file false reports. If we allow that, we lose all credibility. Will my ejection be overturned? Yes, it will be removed from your record. The game will be corrected in the official statistics. You will be credited with the run you scored, and I am issuing a public statement explaining what happened. 3 days later, the league announces, after thorough investigation, the American League has determined that Ty Cobb's ejection on June 8, 1922, was unjustified. Umpire Billy Evans' official report contained inaccurate statements. The ejection has been overturned. Mr. Evans has been terminated from his position. The league apologizes to Mr. Cobb and to the fans for this incident. The baseball world is shocked. An umpire fired. Because of a player's complaint, many umpires are angry. This sets a dangerous precedent. The players will challenge every call, but other voices support the decision. One newspaper editorial reads, Ty Cobb did not challenge the call because he disagreed. He challenged it because he had proof it was wrong. And more importantly, he proved the umpire lied in official documents. This is not about players versus umpires. This is about truth versus lies. The league made the right decision. Billy Evans responds publicly. I made mistakes. I let my personal feelings about Cobb affect my judgment. I should not have ejected him. I should not have written false statements in my report. I accept responsibility. I am sorry. Privately, Evans tells friends, I underestimated Cobb. I thought ejecting him would be the end of it. Players complain, but they move on. I did not expect him to build a legal case. To collect evidence like a detective, to fight me in the system rather than on the field. I learned something. Ty Cobb does not just fight with his body. He fights with his mind. And he is better at that than I ever was. Cobb, when asked about the incident years later, reflects, most players, when treated unfairly by an umpire, get angry. They yell, they fight, they get suspended. But anger accomplishes nothing. I learned early that the system has rules, and if you understand those rules, you can use them. Evans had power on the field, but I had evidence, and evidence is more powerful than any umpire's authority. I did not want revenge. I wanted justice, and I got it. Not because I was Ty Cobb, but because I was right, and I could prove it. The incident changes baseball. League officials create new protocols. The umpire reports must be accurate. Players can file formal complaints with evidence. A review process is established. The absolute authority of umpires is checked, not eliminated, but balanced. Cobb, when asked about it years later. Most players, when treated unfairly, get angry. They yell, they fight, they get suspended. But anger accomplishes nothing. The system has rules. If you understand those rules, you can use them. Evans had power on the field, but I had evidence. And evidence is more powerful than authority. I did not want revenge. I wanted justice. And I proved that even powerful officials can be held accountable if you have proof. So, here is the question. When someone in power treats you unfairly, what do? Do you fight emotionally and lose? Do you accept it and stay bitter? Or do you do what Ty Cobb did? Stay calm. Document everything. Build your case with evidence so strong that even the system must acknowledge the truth. Because anger is temporary, evidence is permanent, and justice, when backed by proof, is unstoppable.